we're trying to make a link between what we're measuring, what we're studying, and what we see in the
Yo,
chemistry.
we're live. Frankie Russo, 77 WABC. I forgot to freaking take my hat off. Throw this shit out of here.
Parts, there are people that study that try to make
We
models of the model.
didn't even go live yet.
Some of them suggest that these parts of the mantle could have the
My producer's over here. He's,
Almost
he's
asleep.
almost asleep. I'm like waking the mother up, you know? America's team, go to the icon. Help America's team, help. The men and women of the United States Armed Forces fight post-traumatic stress disorder. We got to do this. The fundraising is slow, but I ain't stopping. And here's the model that I spoke about on FrankieRusso.media. It's the blog, the cornerstone of the Obama-Clinton crime family is building in Manhattan, 650 Fifth Avenue. It was originally owned by the Shah of Iran, and then he was in exile. And then the mullahs took it over.
That LLSVP region with the volcanoes have drawn on that.
Oh, that was good.
Well, yeah, that's what we're wondering.
Foreign Secretary Service called Obama Clinton Foundation Memorandum of Understanding. A Levy Foundation gave $105,000 to the Clinton Foundation. And then I got three sources. Iran's Levy Foundation, which is Shia, gave $1.4 million to the Blind Sheikh's Mosque. The Blind Sheikh is Sunni. From Egypt, he's Muslim Brotherhood. Muhammad al-Nooni, who died from the Jersey City Mosque, he was Sunni, he was Muslim Brotherhood. Musa Abu Marzouk was part of the Holy Land Foundation in that Jersey City area. They're both co-founders of the Holy Land Foundation, Sunni, Muslim Brotherhood. So that's the foundation of the model. And then you can go back to the Obama timeline to the Iranian nuke deal, 150 billion going back, and Obama looks like the Shah of Iran, quite frankly. Crazy. Okay. We're going to go through some articles, getting ready for tonight at 1:06 from the 77 WABC studio. The closing of Wisconsin Steel.
That show how huge the volcanic eruption should have been.
It was a decision as cold and hard as the steel bars that rolled out of the mills of Wisconsin Steel. The last owner of the plant didn't offer the employees any buyouts. It didn't notify them of its intentions. When the last shift ended on this date, the corporation locked the gates and tossed more than 3,000 people out of work.
What was the date?
What we call partial melting of
Oh,
the
it's 77.
Oh,
So you bring
1977.
material from deep parts of the mountain,
But-
you bring it up,
Isn't that an old story?
and when it attains a certain
No, it says Friday, May 27th.
melt.
May 27th.
And you can imagine, like if you have a sponge with liquid,
So it-
which
so
would
the-
be the magma. And
I don't know. I mean,
the
this is an
magma
interesting article.
can escape the sponge and
I
get
don't know
to
if
the
it's
surface.
up to date, but it's pretty interesting.
Theory that you're working on
Right?
now, and you're looking for more evidence. Does this teach us?
Heroin
anything
debts
about how
increase.
this was put together?
Heroin debts up for third year in a row. And this is why Trump wants in general, drug overdose deaths have been on the rise for the past 2 decades, but the number of deaths from heroin up 39%. That means 5,900 people died after using heroin in 2012, and that number jumped to over 8,000 deaths in 2013. Those are the latest numbers available.
With a disk of gas and dust
Okay.
that started colliding, and little by little.
Meet DePaul's
You have little
University's radical director of religious diversity, Abu Makil Ryan, admires convicted cop killer H. Rap Brown and believes that pro-Israel Republicans are white nationalists.
The kinetic energy will transform.
Abu Makil was born Michael P. Ryan, accepted Islam in '94 after his encounter with the life and legacy of Malcolm X. Despite appearing Caucasian, Abu Makil regularly takes to social media to celebrate the diminishing white majority in America.
It's gonna melt easier, and it's gonna because it has a higher density.
I don't
It's
know.
gonna be brought to the center of the plasma.
Anyway,
So you're
California
trying
turns to
metal.
China for New Bay
Here's
Bridge.
a planet when you form the planet.
California
This
is
how you
spending
form
more
the
than
world.
$7 billion
And
building
the
what it
relationship with
says will be an
what we have
architectural marvel.
what we
Yeah,
have found is
the new
that
San Francisco
people plan
Oklahoma Bay Bridge.
uh,
The state
for
saved
a
a
long
lot of money
time we
sending
thought
some of the
that
construction
at
workers,
the end of the planet is
hiring
the planet,
sending some of the construction work
recycle materials,
overseas.
you raise
The new
potential
eastern
things
span
from
of the
the
Bay
weather, from the very
Bridge
beginning of
will have a
information.
distinctive design
The
to
whole
rival its more
landscape
famous cousin, the Golden Gate Bridge.
homogeneous. For this one, it is two tungsten. But we have found that the mantle
What do you
is
think?
heterogeneous.
Maybe
And the way we interpret
that may
this
be a contender.
heterogeneity is that they show
Last minute, Bill
collisions that
dashes hopes of
coincide.
suing
So
Saudi
every
Arabia.
time we have
A coalition of
separation
9/11 families have been fighting
now
for the
you're
right to
gonna
sue
see
Saudi Arabia for its role in the
different
attacks.
generations.
A bill allowing them to do
Because
so
the
has
order
just
of
been
the mantle
crippled.
has a different
United States Senator
182
Charles
tungsten
Schumer added a last-minute amendment to the bill allowing the
what we
families of
keep
9/11
looking
victims
at
to sue
is
Saudi Arabia, as reported by the
memories
Post.
of
The
the
addition would
separation
allow
of
the
the
Justice
metal,
Department to delay
which
any
can
legal
say
action against
memories
foreign
of
governments
core formation,
indefinitely.
actually.
Right,
Core
the birth.
formation that was
We're looking at
made
So that's that.
we're looking at the planet's birth. Yes, Frankie Russo, preservation of Earth-forming events.
Janet Napolitano, former Department of Homeland Security officer, deceived Congress after Boston bombing. WorldNet Daily. Department of Homeland Security officer Filippini saw something nobody else in the intelligence law enforcement community was seeing. For 4 years before the Boston Marathon bombing, he began developing a file on the mosque attended by the perpetrators of the attack, the Tarzan, I don't know, the Tarzani brothers. I don't think I'm pronouncing it right. The information Haney uploaded to a National Targeting Center database, which is available to the Department of Homeland Security officers at the nation's ports of entry, documented the Islamic Society of Boston's extensive ties to terrorism. And one day after April 15, 2013, attack that killed 3 people and injured 264 more, a Saudi student who was at the scene, Abdul Rahman Ali, was under investigation. Haney, with a nexus to the case, because of his ongoing investigation of the Boston Mosque, searched al-Arabi's name in one of the NTC's National Counterterrorism Center website database. Bingo!
Where New York comes to talk.
It came out that al-Arabi's files show that he was an armed and dangerous terrorist who was about to be deported.
Good evening. It's 77 degrees under clear skies in New York.
Haney brought the information to the attention of
talking about on 77 WABC.
Jeff Duncan, Republican on the House Committee on the Homeland Security, and confronted Janet Napolitano with it, citing the DHS, the Department of Homeland Security slogan, "If you see something, say something."
Police have confirmed that
So
his body has been recovered, but his identity has
that's
not
what's
been
going
released.
on.
This is an Election Central.
An indignant Napolitano refused to answer, ridiculing Duncan for asking a question. She was so full of misstatements. I don't know. Right? DHS officer blows lid on U.S. submission to jihad. This Department of Homeland Security officer Filippini closely followed the investigative massacre in San Bernardino and carried out by Farouk and his wife. When the name of the Southern California mosque attended by Farouk turned up in the news story days after the attack, Haney sat straight up in his chair and yelled at the computer screen. "That's my case," he said. This is something with their heirloom or something, the heirloom. As he recounts in the book, See Something, Say Something, a Homeland Security officer exposed the government's submission to jihad. The case drew the concern of the State Department and the Civil Rights and Civil Liberties Office, not because it alerted frontline officers to the threat of the nation's security, but because the Obama administration believed it fairly singled out Muslims. That's freaking unbelievable. I don't know. That's unbelievable. Wow. I got that one. Breaking news. The Obama administration received critical intelligence about Islamic terrorist attack in San Bernardino, but ignored it. An officer from this Philippine, I saw him on television. He's very impressive. The case drew the concern. Oh, we already said this. Yeah. What's this? Mohammed El Abari. Well, that's the guy that was. Hillary Clinton was behind the anti-Trump veterans protest. That's true. Likely Democratic nominee Hillary Clinton organized a group of veterans to protest outside of Trump Tower against presumptive GOP nominee Donald Trump. The protest was actually a coordinated effort led in part by the Hillary Clinton campaign to embarrass her Republican rival for his failed efforts to raise money for veterans, which is false. It only looked like a grassroots demonstration. On Monday, a group of veterans protested outside of Trump Tower. The veterans reportedly wanted an apology and answers after the campaign admitted a veterans fundraiser did not raise as much money as he had initially claimed. It's not true. He raised over $5 million. That's a good story. Throwback to when Lion Ted said it's impossible for. Here was another breaking news. Lion Ted said it was impossible for Trump to get 1237. Well, guess what? He did. Oh, man. Clinton IG report vindicates her, she says. Rules were not clarified until she had left. You believe this? The Inspector General slamming her use of private email server was a vindication of sorts, adding that the rules on such practices were not clarified until she had left. Well, I think the report is consistent with what she's saying. She said that the lack of personal email was a practice by other Secretary of States, which wasn't true. She never met with the Inspector General. The rules were not clarified until after she left. And if I could do it over again, I would have. She's so, oh my God. The Washington Free Beacon reports, its report directly contradicts claims by the Clinton presidential campaign. The laws, regulations, and State Department policy in place during her tenure permitted her to use a non-government email for work. It's not true. That's false, according to the IG. She did not comply with the department's policies that were implemented in accordance with the Federal Records Act. The report threatens to revive controversy over Clinton's exclusive use of personal email account during her tenure as secretary, an issue that had quieted after the State Department finished releasing copies of emails sent to and from her personal account in February. According to the IG report, Clinton failed to comply with regulations that require officials to turn over all official records and correspondence when they leave the government employment. Secretary Clinton should have preserved any federal records she created, received on her personal account by printing and filing those records when the related filed in the office. So that's that. Wow. She's a freaking liar. Unbelievable. Man peeping at girls in women's bathroom is registered sex offender. I thought it was a transgender thing.
Yeah.
No. Terry McAuliffe invited Chinese donor to fundraiser at Clinton's home. Clinton shook hands with, so part and parcel of the. State Department Clinton email scandals, a learning experience. Did you hear that? It's unbelievable what this guy said. State Department spokesman Mark Toner called Hillary Clinton's email scandal a learning experience. The Office of Inspector General for the State Department released a brutal report over Clinton's use of personal email server for official business while she was Secretary of State. The report goes against the talking points her campaigns had used so far, especially Clinton's consistent claim that her server was permissible, which is not true.
It was Mark Toner.
Mark Toner.
Good one.
It is. He goes, what is so profoundly and fundamentally new is really earth-shaking? Well, look, it's a fair question. I think under Secretary Kerry, let's be clear, did ask the Inspector General to look at our records management, specifically the use of non-official email to really do forensics on what went wrong and how we can do better to make recommendations, Toner said. I hate to say it, but it's a learning experience. We have learned important lessons. We're not the only agency, frankly, that's addressing the challenges as we move forward to trying to address it. What a farce. What a farce. It's just. Trump to celebrate Memorial Day weekend at the huge biker rally. Donald Trump is planning a Memorial Day weekend visit with one of his favorite constituents, bikers. From Haiti to West Point, Maryland.
Well, that was a good story.
Maryland Guard's first graduate. West Point graduate presents an almost unparalleled spectacle of perseverance and adventure. I don't like the National Review, but Elizabeth Warren bought foreclosed homes to make a quick profit. I don't know. Really. That's anything. Oh, can't stand her. She's another one. Elizabeth Warren, throw Donald down the drain. Unbelievable. After her dramatic chant of Taylor Swift's lyrics to challenge Donald Trump, Elizabeth Warren has turned to a new line of attack against, I say we throw Donald Trump down the drain.
Do you want to use your new music that you like at the beginning of the show? So you picked last week.
Yeah,
I like that.
Which one?
I don't know.
Panda?
Oh yeah. Ralph really liked it.
Yeah.
You should do that. Remind him.
Yeah,
That was good.
There was. There's a few.
Yeah. A little different. I like it.
Yeah, I'm sick of the
Yeah.
Trump, the pump to Trump.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, I love the song. Please don't get it wrong. I love the song. I'm on tape. I'm just, I want to change the music. I just lost the story.
I got enough.
You got enough? How about a Bronx man arrested for trying to join ISIS in Syria? Iran's Khomeini can't do a thing to curb the missile program. The Irish sisters used to be brothers. GOP sees summer of scandal for Clinton. Weird news, building robot McDonald's staff cheaper. Activists illegal attack police horses outside of Trump rally. Protests turned violent outside of Trump rally. Obama's in Vietnam talking about shoes, the TPP. To salesman for Vietnam shoes. I don't know. McAuliffe in shock over FBI investigation of campaign money and personal finances. MSNBC anchor calls Cosby Bill Clinton during sex assault report. State Department sees single day record for Syrian refugee approvals. State Department audit faults Clinton for emails. We know that. 8 members of the Congress support Brotherhood bill, a bill to designate Muslim Brotherhood along with linkage to CARE as a federal or foreign terrorist organization continues to gain support. Michelle Bachmann had that. She left and they didn't. Now all of a sudden everybody wants to be a hero. She was talking about it in 2014. Palestinian Authority lauds murderer of American in Israel. This Palestinian Authority, they're very bad. Pakistani with fake Ecuadorian passport enters U.S. via Mexico multiple times. Breitbart throws Twitter tantrum against Trump. 90% of tweets focus on Donald.
I got five good stories here.
How about that rally that according to Trump that's off now? I just want to go permitting advanced Russian arms sales to Iran. That might be a story, no? I'll keep that one just in case. The 11 states are challenging Obama's transgender directive. So that's basically it.
All right, we got a show.
I don't know how good it is, but you think? I don't know.
Yeah, we got it.
The hell is this shit? Man, you're tired, bro.
No, I'm fine. I'm okay. You energize me, don't worry.
Okay, my brother.
Take those notes.
Let's see what happened here with my recording. So we have one viewer. I don't know who it was. We have one viewer.
That many? That's good. Did they mention my name?
Oh yeah.
Oh, well, there you go. What did they say? One viewer.
No, it just says one viewer.
Oh, I know what that said.
So
Just a start.
so what do we got? We got a show?
Yep, got a show. I took the
I don't
notes.
know.
I took notes. Yeah.
All right. So
Gonna close this out.
yeah, I'm gonna close it out. Remember, everybody, America's Team. You got to click on the icon, America's Team, and help America's Team help the men and women of the United States Armed Forces fight post-traumatic stress disorder. This is the Frankie Russo pre-show. You know, this is very informal here. We're looking at some different articles, and we're putting a show together for 106 around there. We'll see you in about less than an hour. Frankie Russo, yeah. See you in a few.